I want to talk about something that people bring up all the time, and the phrase is called switching up. You hear people all the time say about another person, man, I don't understand why they switched up on me like that. Let me explain to you why some people switch up, so maybe you won't be so quick to use that phrase so loosely. I'm going to discuss a couple of scenarios, and I'm sure some of you can relate. When a person switches up, it's not a decision that's made lightly, and it's not something that's done at the last minute. It is because the other person or people involved have crossed a certain line, they've crossed a certain boundary of disrespect in a lot of cases. Now, there are some people who just don't care. I get that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about average people like you and me who are simply just trying to make it through this thing called life. And you come across a situation that is too suspect, too heavy for you to handle, and you decide to change the way you're going to handle things. You've switched up. Sometimes it is necessary to switch up. Let's say that you evolve. Let's go to relationships because this happens a lot. Let's say that you were loyal to a person and everything was going on fine until a situation comes up where you find out this person was involved in a situation or a person that is just totally detrimental, that changed the whole dynamic of your relationship. You had disillusion because you thought what you were involved in, and you found out it was something totally different. You feel betrayed, you feel hurt, and everything else. You take 2 seconds to yourself and you say to yourself, and this is what the average person does. They'll be like, you know what, I need to change my mindset about this because since I'm being presented with something that was not part of what I thought existed, then I'm not going to think in that mindset anymore. I'm going to think differently because things are different. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to switch up because you find out that a situation is different than what it was. When you're in one situation, you have a certain mindset of how you're going to move and act. But when you find out it's different, it's only natural that you are going to adapt and change your mindset. So yeah, you need to switch up. It's a defense mechanism. It's a method of survival. But you have some people that are so arrogant, most of them in that case, especially if they're guilty of the one who created this change in you. First of all, they haven't admitted they did anything wrong. They come up with every excuse and every rationalization for doing what they did. But they'll turn around and come to you, I don't see why you switched up on me. Okay. All that does is it confirms that that person doesn't need to be a part of your life. It's a bitter pill to swallow because you were thinking not too long ago that things were going to go and this person was going to be a part of your life, but come to find out what they were doing and what was going on had nothing to do with your mission or your goal or your purpose, and you had no clue. So, of course, you got to switch your mindset. You got to adapt to a new reality or the reality. So, yeah, you switched up. So what? Big deal. And these people are so dumb, they turn around and actually question why you did it. That tells you the level of intelligence that they have. Let's go to business. Let's talk about that. Let's say it's a situation where you and another person decided to build this business a long time ago. I mean, it was back in the day where you were doing everything out of your kitchen, so to speak. Now you have a situation where the company is growing, and you're trying to make adaptations and grow with it. You're trying to upgrade the technology. You're trying to hire new people. You want to get a bigger building. You're making all the necessary changes that are required for a growing business. But your partner is suffering from growing pains to the point where they don't want to do everything right. They want to start bringing in people into the organization that have no experience, who have bad working habits, who have probably personal relationships with them. Not professional at all. And it's starting to show in the bottom line. When you look at the profit and loss statements at the end of the quarter, there's a problem and you question it. Come to find out your partner has been out there in the street getting money from loan sharks, funneling it into the organization, been hiring all these people that weren't qualified and giving them more money than the people who were qualified, were hiring nieces and nephews and everything else and putting them on the payroll, but they hadn't done haven't done any work, but that person's getting a check from the company every month. Every kind of dirty deal that you could think of. Got people out there, gangsters in the street with a stake in the company. Everything totally dishonest. And when you find this out, your attitude changes. So you go to the partner and you say, I want to buy you out. Your partner's like, why you switched up on me? Because of what they find out. The bottom line is this, people. The reason why a lot of people who were previously loyal to you, the reason why they switched up on you is because they found out about your shit. That's the reason why they switched up on you. They found out something that they had no business finding out because about some shit that you had no business doing. That's why they switched up on you. So don't be running around here talking about how people switched up on you, or they switched up on you, or they switched up on you. It's because of something you did or didn't do, something you said or should have said or shouldn't have said, or somebody that you got involved with that they knew about that you had no business getting involved with, or a situation that you got involved with that you had no business getting involved with, knowing that it's going to mess up the relationship that you're involved with. Of course, that person's going to switch up on you. Y'all running around here throwing the phrase around like that person is a turncoat. Like that Benedict Arnold. Most people, the majority of them, switch up because they have no choice but to switch up because of the shit you did. Don't be running around here talking about how people switch up. Hey, I switch up on people all the time the minute I find out some shit's not right. Yeah, I'm going to switch up on you. You're darn tootin', I'm going to switch up on your ass. I find out you doing something that you ain't had no business doing, and you trying to drag me and pull me down. Yeah, I'm going to switch up on you. Call me what you want. Because when you turn around and get in trouble behind that, guess what? I ain't going with you. So this business with switching up, sometimes switching up is necessary, people. Sometimes it's necessary to protect yourself. Yes, sometimes you need to switch up, for real. And with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Have a great day.